started to show a little frustration. I thought we pulled it together and showed a lot of mental toughness, and we've been using the word next a lot lately. Next play, just go to the next play. Like, forget about the call that didn't go your way, forget about the turnover, forget about the offensive possession where you missed or your teammate missed you. It doesn't matter. Just play hard on defense. Is one of our best, defensive games of the year. I mean, we fouled too much. They shot 37 free throws. We obviously benefited from them not shooting it great at the line. But, when we didn't foul, we got pretty good stops. I mean, tying Grant Foster's the real deal. But, he scored 29, went to the free throw line 16 times and took 22 shots. So I thought our guys weren't bad on him. They forced him into a lot of tough shots. Mark, on the other hand, had 26 on 18 shots and only 11 free throws. So, probably a little bit more efficient. But I thought Rylan did a great job on tying. Mouhamed Dioubate came in late and was great on both ends. He scored 8 straight points after Jaren fouled out. We needed a boost. His boost he gave us right there, defensively and offensively. Rylan's in foul trouble. Jaren's fouled out. Thought he was great. So we're playing next Thursday. There's only maybe 16 left. I think our non-conference schedule got us ready for this. 4 teams in the non-conference are all in the Sweet 16. And, we lost all 4, but I thought we got better from it. So our defense is getting better as the year goes on. This might have been our best defensive performance of the year. It's been our best for a while. And Wright's will be able to play with us Thursday. He got elbowed in the head, had a head injury. He's had some real bad luck here lately. But, we're going to be playing again, and he can play with us again on Thursday.
All right, let's open it up to questions for the student athletes. We'll start right down front.
Hey, Nate. Brandon Clearwaters with skyboat.org. We saw number 12 leave to the locker room. Can you give us an update?
Let's go to questions for student athletes first and follow protocol.
Sorry.
Questions for student athletes right here.
James Torman Aldrich with the Argonaut. Rylan, you mentioned the fouls that were called there before Coach got out here. Just how you were able to stick in the game for those final 4 minutes when you were in foul trouble late.
Mouhamed Dioubate was able to guard Tyon Grant Foster, so that helped me from picking up my 5th foul. So just like it's March, like you need everybody to step up. Like Mo, he probably didn't play as much as he wanted to until the end, but he came in and he was ready. So just being able to have guys like that to be able to help me keep me on the floor, not only just me, but pretty much everybody, is just like, it's great, and that's something that Coach preaches every single day.
I wanted to ask about kind of that final stretch. Mo, you came in, kind of had 8 points, and I think eight in a row over the last 4 minutes or so. Kind of what, I guess, sparked that for you in that final stretch, and kind of did you realize like the magnitude of what that run accomplished?
I was just playing hard, and I got lost in the game. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about scoring. I just let the game come to me. Coach put me in with a few minutes left of the game because Jaren fouled out, and I just try to play as hard as I can and let my defense contribute to offense, and that's what I did.
This is a question for any of you guys. You guys were going back and forth with the crowd there late. I know SEC has some great crowds. What did you think of the GCU fans and also the Bama fans kind of going back and forth as well?
Mark?
I'm saying it was fun. That's what basketball is all about. When the fans are going at it, and as a player, it's part of the game, and we love it.
Rylan?
Yeah, it's March. Like, they had a definite home. They had a good crowd. But like I said yesterday, the game is played on the floor. So, just love the atmosphere. It doesn't matter if we got fans for us or against us. Just love the atmosphere. And they were ready to go. As soon as we got on the court, they were out there. So, but we just had to make sure we won the game on the floor, not in the stands.
Mark, how would you describe what Mo provided for you guys that last 5 minutes?
He won us the game the last 5 minutes, I think he had a stretch of like 8 straight points or something like that, and he got 0 boards, and he did it on both sides of the floor. We don't win this game without him.
I'd ask Mark, Richard Obert, Arizona Republic, asked Mark about Grand Canyon only made 2 of 23 pointers. What were you guys doing on the perimeter to try to get them off their mark? And they just seemed to, I don't know if they were tight or you guys were doing a great job defending the perimeter.
I said we did a great job of defending the perimeter, but we also tried to be in the gaps because we know number 7 is a great player, and we wanted him to make him pass the ball, and they really didn't excel in that area.
Julie Mitchell, WVTM 13 in Birmingham, back here, sorry. This is for each of you. Over the last couple of days, you all talked about how you all have come together, how tight this group is. Your brother in Reitzel goes down. How'd you all rally around him and go and survive in advance here?
Mark, let's start with you and then go that way.
Can you say that again?
Just, you've talked about over the last couple of days, this team has really come together and been so close. Your brother goes down and Reitzel Jr. there. How did you all rally around him and get this hard-earned win?
Once we came in at halftime, he was right there dapping us up, and when we was in the locker room, we was like, we're gonna win this game for him so we could play on Thursday, and that's what we did.
Rylan?
For me, like Trelly, like that's my brother for real. So just he came from the West Coast. That's where he was at last year. So he got some friends and family out there. So I came in the team and I was like, there's no way that was Trelly's last game for the season. So just made sure we had to get the. For me personally, I know he wants to play. I know he didn't want to get hurt today. He went out there and gave everything for us for the time he did play. So I was just like, let's make sure Trelly has a chance to play again for us this season.
Mouhamed?
We play for each other every game. We know how much Trelly, wanted to play in LA, and so we seen how hurt he was once he went out the game. So we just try to do everything we can for him.
All right, that's all the time we have for student athletes, so we'll dismiss them and come back to questions for Coach when they've cleared the stage. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. 7. All right, questions for Coach Oats.
Once again, Nate, Brandon from skyboat.org. Can you give us an update on player number 12?
Yeah, Latrell Reitzel's got a head injury, so he couldn't play in the second half.
On the aisle.
Coach, you kind of mentioned it was kind of your best defensive performance of the season. That final 4 minutes, you guys didn't allow a single point. What, I guess, happened in that stretch that, I guess, maybe sparked that run defensively?
I didn't realize they didn't score in the final 4 minutes. I knew, what did we get down? We were down 3, 4? We got down 4 at one point. Yeah, I think our guys, well, one, Mo Dioubate came in. And, I'm looking right now on our defensive chart. Like, we were 0.64 on defense when he was in the game. You look at his regular stat line, in 12 minutes, he had 5 boards, 9 points, was a 0.64 on defense. He's just a tough player, and he's never afraid of the moment. He just does all the dirty work all year. I'm super happy that he was able to come in and, really help close this thing out for us. So I thought Nick Pringle's play was as good as he's been all year. I mean, he didn't necessarily score it a bunch, but, he had 9 rebounds, 4 boards. Dioubate had 5 boards. We ended up with 20 boards on them. They were big plays, both of them, when they're getting boards. Mo Dioubate, who's not a great free throw shooter, goes 3 of 3. So I thought Nick and Mo really helped set the tone. And then this is as good a defense as Mark Sears has played all year. First double-double of the year. He had 26 and 12. I mean, he played so much, he was cramping there at the end. I didn't feel like I could take him out much with Reitzel not available in the second half. But we were 0.79 when he was in the game. So he was really locking up and leading and talking to guys and getting them to play hard. So I think you had a group in there with Sears, Rylan, Aaron. Aaron's been a really good defender all year, Mo Dioubate and Nick Pringle, that it was all about getting stops and then taking care of the ball, and then we were able to step up to the free throw line and make some free throws.
Coach Michael Bethley with the Black Lens here in Spokane. You talked about how character won you the game. Can you just explain how important attitude is going into big games like this, before, during, and after the game?
Listen, I thought our attitude was good coming in. We were focused on the right things. And, you know, you heard Mo just talk about losing himself in the game. Like, focus on making the tough, blue-collar, defensive-minded, old boards, great screen assists. Focus on that. The offense will come. Our offense is one of our worst offensive games. You got to give Grand Canyon a lot of credit, too. They got great athletes. They got rim protection. They made it harder on us. You know, so they're a good defensive team, but we just missed some shots, too. Some guys missed some free throws, maybe. So I thought, you know, when we got a lead, we didn't do a great job extending it like we could have. They took the lead, and we could have folded easy. And there was a time when I got the whole team, like, we got to change our energy. So attitude during the game, you know, it's basketball. There's going to be tough calls. I mean, just tons of marginal calls. Some go against you, some go for you. You can't live and die on every call that goes against you. I thought, our guys did a pretty good job. Some calls that were marginal that they got, you know, and we had calls that were marginal that we got. But our guys did a better job tonight, just moved to the next play. Whether it was a, missed layup on their own, a turnover on their own, a call that didn't go our way, like we were able to just next play. We get down. They got great crowd here. They're whatever their administration, their school's doing to get the crowd. I played once there when I was an assistant at Buffalo a long time ago. They had a great crowd then. I think it's much better now. But, they had a lot of people here. That thing got loud when they got the lead, and then our guys just hung in there and got stops, and just the whole attitude of we got to get a stop and move to the next play was big.
Nate, I know you're in foul trouble and you don't have Latrell, but what was the thought of going to Mo in that situation there with like 5-6 minutes to go? And as you're watching him contribute that way offensively, you're like, where's this been all season kind of thing? Or how were you looking at that?
He's been a tough player all year. He's struggled sometimes on offense to grab some of the concepts, and he even said it happened in high school. It took him a little while to get familiar with his system, and then he ended up being NEPSAC Player of the Year, which is a really good league. So we knew we needed some tough plays. We also knew they give up a lot of threes. So, analytically thinking, we need some three-point shooters in. Sam Walters, Griffen, Sears, Estrada. Mo doesn't really fit that bill, but man, we were lacking some toughness there. And let's put a guy in that's going to make some tough plays and shoot. He played 12 minutes, had 5 boards. Thought Pringle made some really good reads in the pocket. Sears hit Pringle, great. Mo cuts, scores, got to the old boards, and he just made some stuff happen. And I'm super happy for him. I mean, he's literally had the greatest attitude. NEPSAC Player of the Year, doesn't play a ton as a freshman. Some games he doesn't play at all, and never had 1 second of any kind of poor attitude. He's just been an unbelievable kid all year. So super happy he came in and won this game for us.
We have time for 2 more questions for Coach. We'll go right here and then right here.
Coach D. Jackson, CBS 42 in Birmingham. Your theme is blue-collar basketball. And this game in particular, what were your thoughts on how physical and how emotional this game played out for your team?
Yeah, we let our emotions get the best of us, and myself included, with the T that didn't help, and then Pringle got the T. We said at halftime, we're not giving away any more free points. So we got to be emotionally invested in the game without doing things that cost you points and stuff. So that way we were good. I thought our bench was great. We went a little over the line a couple times, but as far as the blue collar stuff, we chart blue collar points both ways. This game we had 115 and we had them with 95, so we had 20 more than them. This is almost a season high for us with 115 blue collar points, and you kind of look Aaron Estrada rebounded it great. He ended up leading us. He had diving on the floor for loose balls. He made a bunch of tough plays, but Sears was over 20. Nick Pringle was over 20. We had multiple guys in there putting their nose in, making tough plays. Sears has a double-double. Sears wasn't going to lose. He wasn't letting us lose tonight, and a lot of that was how blue-collar and tough, and, he was great on defense. I thought it was his best defensive game. So we kind of we lead the country in scoring. We play fast. Our offense has been number 1 in the country for a large part of the year, but we really try to build the program on toughness, blue-collar, and it hasn't been what we'd like to see all the year. it was there tonight. Without it, we don't win tonight.
Last question.
Nate, in your opener, you mentioned the 37 free throws. Do you think that was more of a matter of you guys being too physical at times, or maybe some whistles that you didn't think were fouls?
Probably a little both. I mean, look, to be honest with you, we fouled 2 3-point shooters. That gave them 6. I looked at them. We fouled them. Those were correct calls. So we got 2 T's. That's another 4. So take 10 off, and all of a sudden it's 37 or 27, 22, and it's not nearly as big a discrepancy. So we've got to do a better job not fouling jump shooters. Sears fouled a jump shooter. They got 8 free throws off jump shooters and 4 off tees. Like, don't foul jump shooters. Don't do stupid things to get tees, and take those 12 away, and it's pretty even. So they were physical, we were physical. If it had been 25-22, nobody would be talking about it. We got to do a better job not putting them to the line on plays that we shouldn't be putting them to the line, like 3-point shots and jumpers.